Hi everyone, and welcome to this episode of iRacing. This is Neil Williams of Team VVV, and just updating you on my iRacing career. But before we do that, just have a look at one of the menu tabs there. We're on the Events tab. So just a quick reminder with that one, you can watch your replays there, which is quite cool. You can also view current races that are going on. You can check out results of your past races, and you can check out the calendar there as well. Which shows you license promotions and also the racing schedule, which shows you the times and dates of the races. So this is my fifth race in iRacing in the Mazda Cup. So started on pole position there. I don't even know if I actually went out and improved my lap. It might have been the same lap which I used from the previous race. So that's just a quick reminder for you as well. As you see me just letting go of the brakes there, just to get the car in front. So nice tight opening lap so far. You can see the three of us there just pulling away a little bit and away from the other guys. You can see them battling and hear them crashing into each other as well. So that's always good to see when you're leading a race, when you see the guys behind you fighting. It just gives you a little bit of breathing space and just makes it a little bit more comfortable for you, so you can run your own race, you can run your lines, you can use your braking points and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, you can see them still battling away there side by side. Then you can see the third driver who's got a very similar paint job to me. It looks his car looks pretty similar to mine, but he's not actually my teammate. I don't actually have any teammates in iRacing so far. Maybe Alan will join me sooner or later. You know, we'll do a few races together online, running the same livery, so it'll be the Team VVV cars together on track. So look forward to that in the future. As you can hear them again just crashing into each other. So far you can see the gap just opening up there. So the race looking a little bit one-sided so far. You know, these kind of races, you know, they're not always the most satisfying to win. Although of course it's always nice to get a win. You know, so at this stage I'm pretty happy to have a comfortable lead or a comfortable gap to the guy behind me, because I'm not that confident with the car just yet, you know, so I'm not really happy to just push it over the limit just yet. So you can see as we move on there, I think this is coming up to lap 10 now. So by lap 10 you can see the gap that had opened up. So as I said, it's not really the most fun way to win all the time, but at the beginning of your career you don't mind these types of races too much, just to, you know, try and get some good results, and you know, those good results always come in handy later on. So you can see it's all been going pretty well so far. This is lap 10, only 5 more laps to go, and then as you can see, this happens all by myself, and then I lose the back end of the car. I've been having a few problems with that curve. That's the rainy curve. So as you're going through it, the back end just gets a little bit light, and if you're putting a lot of steering into the front of the car and asking too much of the front of the car, then I think what it does is it just overbalances the car, and then brings the weight around and just makes it really oversteer, and it's just easy to lose the back end. So you can see the guy in second place, he's closed down on me quite a lot. So now I've put myself in a situation where instead of being comfortable in the lead, I'm now under pressure from the guy behind. But the important thing is to remember that I do have a bit of a pace advantage over him. I've opened up a gap on him before, and I'm sure I can do it again. But you can see the nerves are just getting to me a little bit now. So just outbrake myself slightly there. I might have actually missed a gear. That might have been the reason why. So moving on towards the end of the lap, and you can see he's really closed up on me now. So and I remember when I spun off there. You know, I spun off there in my previous race as well, or one of my previous races, maybe the one before that. So I know it's a bit of a bogey spot for me. So I'm just taking it quite easy and sacrificing a little bit of the gap behind me. But now you can see he's right with me there, and I'm just having to make sure that he doesn't make a move on me at any time. So we're coming into the Andretti hairpin, and then brake down, brake hard, and change down to third gear. Quite easy to lock the inside wheels there, as you can see. But yeah, just managed to negotiate that corner quite nicely. And second place still pretty close, although I've managed to open up a little bit of a gap on him compared to what it was before. And then as we carry on round the bend together there, And you can see just opening up a little bit of a gap, just trying to, you know, give myself a bit of breathing space, and yeah, the gap just opening up quite nicely there. And now I'm just gonna try and think about how I can manage the time left in this race. So yeah, I don't want to be pushing too hard, but at the same time I can't take it too easy, because I know that he's going to be closing up on me, you know. So these are the things that I've learned in the past few races. Just just not to put too much steering into the car. Here as well, the corkscrew hairpin is very easy to lock the wheels again, because the car gets quite light. So any spot on the track where you know that the car is going to get light, just take it easy with the brakes. This car doesn't have ABS, so very easy to lock the brakes. As you can see, just losing the back end there again. Just trying to push the car and just be a little bit aggressive with it. And as we come around there, and I think we've got one more lap after this one. So we're coming up to complete the penultimate lap. So we've got one more lap. Coming up to the finish line here, and as I said, I'm looking to get my second win. At the same time, thinking about how I can manage the gap behind me, and also just trying to avoid the mistakes which I've made in the race so far. So I've had one spin. I've also lost the rear end of the car. I've outbraked myself. I've missed a gear change, and I'm thinking about all those things and trying to say to myself, trying to learn from it and not make the same mistake more than once. So I think that's very important in iRacing, is not to carry on making the same mistakes. If you see yourself, if you know the car's a bit twitchy in a certain area, or gets light in a certain area like this one does over the corkscrew or the rainy curve, then sometimes it's better just to take a little bit easy, slow down a little bit rather than trying to push too hard, because the worst thing to do is to go off the track and have a spin, or cut across the track. You can get time penalty for that, so you have to give back the time, and it's quite severe, the penalty. So at this point I know that I'm on my last lap, just trying to take it easy, make sure I'm taking the right lines, make sure I'm braking properly. As you see there, just touching the inside there, and you want to be careful of that as well. Be careful of the boundaries on the track. Don't want to touch the grass or the sand on either side. But we've managed to control this race nicely, and just coming up towards the end of the race now. So you've got the final hairpin here, and I take it really gently, really nice and easy. And as we come out there, and you can hear just missing a gear there, but I've got enough of a gap on him, so it's not going to cost me the win. And just coming up to cross the line in first position. And that's pretty much it for this episode of iRacing. Please join me back and follow my series, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, and see you next time.